Hi, my name is Phil Gardner and welcome to Fun with Boxes. Well, today I'm taking a look at a small card game called Woof Days, designed by Gareth Edwards and illustrated by Jennifer Mae Spooner and published by Farplace Animal Rescue Charity. This is a fun little strategy game where you fill your week with dogs to try to score the most points. It's for ages 6 to adult, plays with 2 players per deck, and each game lasts from 5 to 15 minutes. So join me as I take a Fun with Boxes look at what you get in a game of Woof Days. Woof Days is the second game to be published by Farplace Animal Rescue Charity. Their first game was Farplace the board game, the fun family game which we covered on the channel towards the end of last year. Hopefully something will magically appear on your screen that you can click on to take a look at that game. Or you can have a look through the channel if you would like to check that out later. Where Farplace the board game is a full-on tabletop board game, Woof Days is instead a small box short strategy card game for 2 or more players. For more players you will need 1 deck of cards per 2 players in a game. It's quick and fun and super easy to play and will not take up too much table space either. To set up a game of Woof Days, each player simply lays out their 7 day cards as shown, and then you shuffle up all the remaining cards and deal out 5 to each player. And there you have it. You are set up and ready to play. The rules are very simple. On your turn, you have just 2 options. You either play a card from your hand, following its placement rules, which is usually playing it onto an empty space unless the card tells you otherwise, or instead you may simply draw a card. As you play the game, cards can be swapped or covered or even removed by other cards. And then, when one person has at least 1 dog on all of their days, the game ends and the scores are totaled and the highest scoring player wins. Woof Days is produced by and helps support the Farplace Animal Rescue Charity. And if you would like to know more about the wonderful work Farplace Animal Rescue Charity does, then check out the information on screen or in the description of this video below. So let's take a look at some of the wonderful cute cards to give you an idea on how easy and fun this game is to play. As I said earlier, the game is incredibly simple. You either play a card or draw a card. Here is the Labrador. We can play this on any day of the week on our board. So let's place them here on Monday. They will only be worth 1 point at the end of the game, but don't they look cute? When it's our next turn, we could play our mixed breed dog. Just like the Labrador, they can be played on any day of the week, so let's place them on Friday. On our next turn, we could play our Staffy, but looking at the card, this one can only be played on a particular day of the week, a Sunday, so we can place them here on Sunday. Don't forget, rather than playing a card, you may want to draw a card to your hand to give you more options on your next turn. And on our next turn, we want to play our Great Dane, which will be worth a whopping 7 points at the end of the game. They can be played on any day of the week, but when you first play them, they cannot be placed next to any other dog. So we cannot place them on Saturday because there are dogs on Friday and Sunday right next to it. Instead, we could play it on Wednesday. Let's take a look at one more dog card. Here we want to play our Yorkshire Terrier. They can be played on any day, but must be placed next to another dog. But not only that, once we place them, we get to move the top facing adjacent dog to an empty space on any board. So if we played them to Tuesday, we could move either our Labrador or Great Dane as they are the top dogs next to it. Let's move our Labrador onto our opponent's board of day cards. It's only worth 1 point, so this frees up Monday for us to play a higher scoring dog here on a later round. There are not only dog cards, but also some special cards to play too. Here is Walkies. You can discard this card to play it, and then move the top dog from any board to an empty space on your own board. I see some crafty opportunities here. Talking of which, here is stuffed toys, which you can discard to play to swap any dog or dogs with any opponent's dog or dogs on the same day. Whereas groomers will let you swap Sunday's dog with an opponent's Sunday dog, for example. We have had so much fun with this great little game, and whenever we play it, we always play a couple of games back to back because it's just so quick to play and you always want to play just one more game. It is super easy to pick up and learn with all the rules and information you need written on the cards. Just follow literally what the card says and you should be good to go. There is an element of take that to play here, but it's not particularly mean and is an expected part of the game. So as you play, you will always be mindful of what your opponent could do to upset your plans. And of course, this is a two-way street. So you will find some push and pull here as you both play cards against each other, maneuvering yourselves into a better position to win right at the end of the game. It's so quick, so much fun, we just can't stop playing it. Now, one thing to point out here, Gareth was extremely generous in sending us a copy of the game. But I can promise you here, there is no bias. Simply our reaction to a great little game. And if there's one thing I love about the hobby at the moment, it's the wealth of small box games out there that are great games to play. Games do not have to come in super giant deluxe boxes. They can simply be a small deck of cards, just like Woof Days, and yet still deliver arguably more fun than their big box relatives. Woof Days should be available towards the end of April 2024. Check out the Farplace Games website for more information on how to pick up a copy. And if you're lucky enough to be going to Aircon in Harrogate in a few weeks' time, Gareth will be there, hopefully with some copies for you to buy. Gareth will also be at the UK Games Expo, where again you can pick up a copy of this little gem of a game. But that's not all. Woof Days is just the start of things. Tune in next time for another animal-themed card game. I'll give you a clue. Well, there you have it, Woof Days. A fun with boxes thumbs up from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please consider hitting the old like button and also that subscribe button. That would be great for the channel. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please take care and bye for now.